Did you guys see this? They pulled this car out of the river, and it could be the car of a missing family of 5 from almost 70 years ago. Recently, they pulled out a station wagon frame that could be connected to this case, but it was pulled out of the Columbia River in Oregon. And it's all because one man just wouldn't give up on trying to find this vehicle and find answers. Now, police are hoping that they can connect the identification number from the station wagon to this event that happened so long ago. It's crazy. This is the story of the Martin family. The family consists of Kenneth, the dad, Barbara, the mom. Barbara, who also went by Barbie, is their oldest daughter. I believe she was 14. Virginia, who was 13, and then Sue, who was only 11 at the time. Now, they did have an older child, but he went off to college, and he was not around for this whole thing. Basically, the family left one day, December 7th, 1958, and they went to basically gather some Christmas tree foliage for their decorations around the house. Apparently, people did that back then. The whole family went out, and then none of them returned. They just vanished, along with their station wagon. The events of that day are a little bit murky, probably because it happened so long ago, and we don't have things like records or footage or anything like that. But we do have a few things. Kenneth Martin, the dad, did use a credit card to buy gas. This was around Cascade Locks, which is this community about 40 miles east of Portland. And this was around like 4 p.m., so we do know the family was around at this time. They do believe that the family head east because they did stop for some food at a place called the Paradise Snack Bar, and that was on Hood River. And this was the last time the family was seen. Ever since then, they vanished, and we don't really know exactly what happened for the rest of that day. We do believe that they were close to the Columbia River. Hood River was the last place that they were seen. The Martins did have a substantial amount of money in the bank, so it was never touched after that, so they vanished. It was a huge mystery, but they did know that something happened close to the Columbia River, or they assumed so. And that was pretty much confirmed when the body of the smallest child did show up. They believe that this youngest child did come apart from the wreckage, float up from the wreckage, her body, and it was discovered 5 months after the disappearance, and it was even more evidence that they were in the river, or at least that's what people assumed. And then the next day, Virginia was found, the middle daughter, and she was found kind of close in proximity to her sister. She was about 25 miles upstream from her sister. The other family members, the other 3, have never been found to this day. The mom, the dad, and then Barbie, the oldest child. Their bodies have never been found. And it adds this, weirdness to the mystery. It didn't help that there was some false reporting at the beginning. There was a false report that said that the girls had bullet holes in their heads when they were found. This was completely false. They did rule the deaths as drowning, and there was no bullet holes, but this just put such a damper on the whole case. And closely after they went missing, this car was found, and there was a gun in it, and there was blood, and people assumed that this had something to do with the case. And then a couple of men were arrested, and they were ex-convicts, and they were like, okay, something happened with these men, but that has never been confirmed. It is still believed that the Martins was an absolute just random accident tragedy. And there's a little bit of evidence that has been found that points in that direction. Traces of metal, including aluminum, was found in Susie's clothing. Closely to where they believe that this car went into the river, there was a smelting plant. And so, of course, there was metals and aluminum into the river. But that still was not enough. People just argued that maybe something did happen to the Martins, and it was backed by some police reports. Police believe that maybe the Martins' car was pushed off of a cliff, and that was due to tire tracks that they found. And nothing has ever been confirmed, and it was so long ago that there was rumors mixed with opinions, and it was just a lot. Case kind of ended there. There wasn't much else that they could do. They found the girls, but they didn't find the rest of them, and it was just a big mystery. And The oldest son went on to live a full life. He's since passed on, but he went and lived a full life, always wondering what really happened to his family. In late 2024, a man named Archer Mayo believed that he might have found the car. He had got involved 7 years before this, and his relentless actions to try to find the Martins was intense. When he wants something, he finds it. He is a diver who takes on cases of lost jewelry, trying to find things in rivers and bodies of water. He was investigating another case. He has tried to help with unsolved mysteries like this, and he come across the Martins case, and it really touched him, and he just went at it, trying to find what had happened to this family. He did some diving, and he believed that he had found the car, or at least the frame of the car. There was a lot of different parts of the car that had kind of came loose as they tried to take it out. I'm not a car person, so you can look that up for yourself. But now he got the investigators to lift this frame out and take it to a lab where it is going to be tested and ran against the identification number to see if this frame, this car, goes back to the Martin family. If it does, I believe that it proves at least what happened. Either it was an accident or they were pushed. And maybe some kind of signals in the car is going to give us the final answers to what happened to the Martins. So far, no other remains have been found, but police are continuing looking. I'm sure that Mayo is continuing looking. And right now, that's where this case stands. And soon, we might have answers to this case that's almost 70 years old. This isn't proof to keep going for what you believe in and what you think you're going to find. I don't know what is. And nothing is going to stop me, and I hope nothing is going to stop you as well. I make videos about all kinds of true crime content. Right now, I'm doing a series on missing people, and I am so glad that I found the Martins case because it gives me hope for unsolved cases that have been set aside for many, many, many years. If you enjoyed this video or any of my content, please give me a follow, a like, a share. I do some lives as well, so please join me for those, and I will see you guys next time, unless I disappear. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.